classroom. Today we shall continue with the lesson The 100 Dresses Part 1 Video 2. Written by Elpsor Esther. So this is the video 2 of Part 1 The 100 Dresses. Before we take up the reading and explanation, we shall try to recall what we discussed in our previous class. So Wanda sits in the seat next to the last row in the classroom. Maybe she comes all the way from Boggins Heights and her feet are usually caked with dry mud. Here, Peggy and Maddie notice Wanda's absence, so they were waiting eagerly to make fun of her or to have some fun with her. This is because Wanda had made them late to school. Now, what way was Wanda different from other children? So she was different from the other children as her name was peculiar, that is Wanda. So she didn't have any friends. She sat in the corner of the room that was rough and noisy. She always wore a faded blue dress that didn't hang right. See again, regarding 100 dresses, Wanda didn't have the actual dresses. She had only the drawings of 100 dresses on papers. All had different designs and colors. So, next we also studied that Maddie was embarrassed by the questions Peggy asked Wanda because Maddie was poor herself. She usually wore somebody's hand me down clothes. So, Maddie was embarrassed by the questions Peggy asked Wanda, like how many dresses Wanda had in her closet. So she was not like Wanda, but she was different. So Maddie didn't live up on Boggins Heights and didn't have a funny name. Moreover, she would never say that she had 100 dresses as Wanda told. Now, please follow my reading. Today, even though they had been late to school, Maddie was glad she had not had to make fun of Wanda. She worked her arithmetic problems absent mindedly. 8 times 8. Let's see. She wished she had the nerve to write Peggy a note because she knew she never would have the courage to speak right out to Peggy to say, "Hey, Peg, let's stop asking Wanda how many dresses she has." When she finished her arithmetic, she didn't start a note to Peggy. Suddenly, she paused and shuddered, means trembled with fear. She pictured herself in the schoolyard, a new target for Peggy and the girls. Peggy might ask her where she got the dress that she had on, and Maddie would have to say it was one of Peggy's old ones that Maddie's mother had tried to disguise with new trimmings. So no one in room 13 would recognize it. So yeah, why didn't Maddie ask Peggy to stop teasing Wanda? Because she feared she might be a new target for Peggy and the girl. Secondly, Maddie didn't want to lose her best friend by asking her so. By asking her what? Not to tease Maddie, not to tease Wanda. So, thirdly, Peggy was the best light girl in the whole room. So, Maddie thought that Peggy could not possibly do anything that was really wrong. And what was she afraid of? She was afraid that Peggy might ask her where she got the dress that she had on. Then Maddie would have to say what? It was one of Peggy's old ones that Maddie's mother had tried to disguise with new trimmings so no one in the classroom would recognize it. Here, totally, Maddie was afraid that if she asked Peggy to stop teasing Wanda, then she herself would become the target of Peggy's teasing. Have you understood, students? Shall we move on? If only Peggy would decide of her own accord, means one's own wish, to stop having fun with Wanda. Oh well, Maddie ran her hand through her short, blonde, means golden hair, as though to push the uncomfortable thoughts away. What difference did it make? Slowly, Maddie tore into bits the note she had started. She was Peggy's best friend, and Peggy was the best liked girl in the whole room. Peggy could not possibly do anything that was really wrong, she thought. So, the students, we understand why did Maddie wrote a note to Peggy and then Tore? See, Maddie wanted Peggy to stop teasing Wanda. So, she had this intention, a good intention in her mind to ask Peggy to stop teasing whom? Wanda. She thought it was cruel. She could not dare to say all this verbally. So she wrote a note to Peggy. So she was hesitant to say it verbally. So she wrote a note to Peggy. But then she pictured herself, she imagined as a new target for Peggy. She's not courageous to do this. She pictured herself as a new target for Peggy and other girls, making fun of her for wearing hand me down clothes. She shuddered. She shuddered and tore the note. Shall we move on? As for Wanda, she was just some girl who lived up on Boggins Heights and stood alone in the schoolyard. She scarcely, means hardly ever said anything to anybody. The only time she talked was in the schoolyard about her 100 dresses. Maddie remembered her telling about one of her dresses, pale blue with color trimmings, means decorative accessories. And she remembered another that was brilliant jungle green with a red sash. It looked like a Christmas tree in that, the girls had said in pretended admiration. So, yeah, we discussed that Maddie remember her telling about one of her dresses. So, the two special dresses which Wanda liked most were what? A pale blue dress with colored trimmings and a bright jungle green with red sash. And now, and further we observe the girls appreciated a green dress with red sash by saying what? She would look like a Christmas tree in it. The way Wanda describes her dresses in detail reflects what? Reflects her interest and her aptitude, skill, creativeness in dress designing. The word, the meaning, the word pretended means what? False, not real. Shall we continue? Thinking about Wanda and her 100 dresses all lined up in the closet, Maddie began to wonder who was going to win the drawing and coloring contest. For girls, this contest consisted of designing dresses, and for boys, of designing motorboats. Probably Becky would win the girls' medal. Peggy drew better than anyone else in the room. At least that's what everybody thought. She could copy a picture in a magazine or some film star's head so that you could almost tell who it was. Oh, Maddie was sure Peggy would win. Well, tomorrow the teacher was going to announce the winners. Then they would know. Here, Maddie began. Maddie began to wonder who was going to win the drawing and coloring contest. Isn't it? Who was going to win the drawing and coloring contest? For girls, this contest consisted of what? Designing dresses. So Peggy was the favorite as she drew better than anyone else in the room. Everybody thought that Peggy would win the prize. See here, again, why was Maddie sure Peggy would win the dress designing contest? Because Maddie was sure that Peggy would win the dress designing. According to her and everyone in class, Peggy was the best artist, best artist in the class. So that's why she was sure that Peggy would win the contest. Let me read it for you. The next day it was drizzling, a very light rain. Maddie and Peggy hurried to school under Peggy's umbrella. Naturally, on a day like this, they didn't wait for Wanda Petronsky on the corner of Oliver Street, the street that far away under the on the railroad tracks and up the hill led to Boggins Heights. Anyway, they weren't taking chances on being late today, because today was important. Do you think Miss Mason will announce the winners today? Asked Peggy. Oh, I hope so. The minute we get in, said Maddie. Of course, you'll win, Peg. Hope so, said Peggy eagerly. So here, Wanda was not noticed for 2 days, but on third day, Peggy and Maddie, who missed the fun of laughter at her, waited for her at the corner of the Oliver Street. Where? At the Oliver, at the corner of the Oliver Street, where they used to meet on the way to school. But Wanda didn't turn up and they got late for school. Next day, result of the competition, no. So next day it was drizzling. What is the meaning of drizzling? Very light rain. Peggy and Maddie did not wait for Wanda. They never wanted to be late for the school because they were anxious to know the result of the competition. Isn't it? They were anxious to know the result of the competition. It was to be announced that day. So they were very eager to know the result of the competition on that day. So further we study. So why was today important? We know it was the result day. Result of the competition will be announced. So what word in this slide means a very light rain was falling, meaning, so word drizzling. Shall I continue? Let me read for you. The minute they entered the classroom, they stopped short and gasped, caught breath with the open mouth. There were drawings all over the room, on every edge and window sill. Dazzling means surprising colors and brilliant, lavish here many. So lavish meaning here many designs, all drawn on great sheets of wrapping paper. There must have been 100 of them, all lined up. These must be the drawings for the contest. They were. Everybody stopped and whistled or murmured, means uttered silently, admiringly in a praising manner. As soon as the class had assembled, Miss Mason announced the winners. Jack Buggles had won for the boys, she said, and his design for an outboard motor was an exhibition in room 12, along with the sketches by all the other boys. So, yeah, the next day, when they entered the classroom, they found there were drawings all over the room. So, there must have been 100 of them. They were all lined up. So, Miss Mason announced the winners. She announced the winners. As they entered the classroom, what did they see? They stopped and gasped because there were hundreds of paintings, drawings, hundreds, 100 drawings of bright, beautiful, and differently designed dresses were displayed all over the room. So everyone who entered the room murmured with the admiration. So Miss Mason announced the results. So what was the result? Among the boys, Jack Boggles had won. As for the girls, she said, although just one or two sketches were submitted by most, one girl, and room 13 should be proud of her. This one girl actually drew 100 designs, all different and all beautiful. In the opinion of the judges, any one of the drawings is worthy of winning the prize. I am very happy to say that Wanda Petronsky is the winner of the girls' medal. Who is the winner of the girls' medal? Wanda Petronsky. She told them that one girl drew 100 designs. So, 100 girl drew 100 designs. So, all different, not the same, all different and in beautiful colors. She declared that Wanda Petronsky was the winner of the girls' medal. So, yeah, we also observe and among the girls, Wanda Petronsky won the medal. She asked the students to give her a special applause, though she was not present to enjoy it. Who was not present? Who? Wanda was not present to enjoy it. She had submitted 100 sketches, and each sketch was worth winning what? The best prize. So each sketch was worth winning the best prize. Shall continue. Unfortunately, Wanda has been absent from school for some days and is not here to receive the applause that is due to her. Let us hope she will be back tomorrow. Now, class, you may file around the room quietly and look at her exquisite, extremely beautiful and well made drawings. The children burst into applause, and even the boys were glad to have a chance to stamp, means to jump on the floor, put their fingers in their mouths, and whistle, though they were not interested in dresses. Look, Peg, whispered Maddie. There's that blue one she told us about. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, said Peggy. And yes, that green one. Boy, and I thought I could draw. So, yeah, this slide, what we understand, the students, Wanda was different in submitting the sketches for the competition. So, she was quite different. We also observe that Wanda had been absent from school for some days and was not there to receive the prize. Miss Mason asked children to file around the room quietly. Why? To look at Wanda's beautiful drawings. Peggy and Maddie noticed that what? Particularly two blue and a green dresses which Wanda used to talk about were displayed there. So what we understand from the previous to this slide, so Wanda was different in submitting the sketches for the competition because she has submitted how many drawing? Hundreds. All alone, whereas other girls had submitted one or two sketches each. So, according to Miss Mason, rule number 13 should be proud of Wanda because rule number 13 means children, the students from rule number 13, they should be proud of Wanda because what? All her prize winning drawings were displayed in room 13, which was incidentally her classroom, Wanda Petrons' classroom too. So, Wanda was a talented girl, we understand, students, and the 100 dresses she talked about were in fact the drawings of those dresses. So, the students, before we wind up this session, let me, we shall all recall what we studied in the chapter 5, the 100 dresses, part 1. Shall recall what we discussed in video 1 and 2. You know, what we told you in the introduction of part 1, video 1, this story is a sensitive account of a young Polish girl. So, before that, this story is based on the writer's, means author's real life experience, Eleanor's real life experience. So, this story is a sensitive account of a young Polish girl, Wanda Petronsky, who goes to school with her American counterparts. The other girls make fun of her name, her dress, and the fact that she doesn't fit in. Peggy, the most popular girl in school, asks Wanda about the number of dresses she has in her closet. Then what was the reply? Then Wanda says, 100. All the other girls laugh and make fun of her. So one day, when the results of a drawing competition are announced, Peggy and the others realize what a wonderful artist Wanda is, and that she has made pictures of 100 dresses just like she said she had. So, here, Wanda Petronsky, really, she was a girl, though she was a laughing stock, but she turns out to be a very talented, creative artist. So, people mostly they try to judge a person from his or her outward appearance, which could be misleading. This is what we also learn from this chapter. So, dear students, in the next video we shall take up the 100 dresses part 2. Thank you, and thank you for watching.